we touch, we break. Make it seem like we feel the same. We love what we hate. We lie, but we know we can't water what doesn't grow. Give up, let it go.
Hey guys, welcome to another exciting episode on TM Chat. Today we're interviewing the sickest presenter in the Southern Africa with your host Trisha and
Nyasha.
Steve. How are you doing?
I'm always good, even though you introduced me as the sickest person, but I'm always 2 thumbs up.
But that's your name,
That's your name though.
Yeah, it is my name. Yeah, it is.
How's been your week?
My week is always busy. Always busy. Can I take off my shades, huh?
No problem.
I'm not going to the Pangasa. Yeah.
No, you have to be sick.
My week is always busy. You know how it is. I'm at Sun FM as early as 4 in the morning. I leave at about 18 hours.
Okay.
A lot of things to do. So got a lot of kids to raise. Too many things to do. So it's nice that you've caught me this time.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, my lunch break.
Yeah, so before we go any further, people only know you as a radio presenter. I believe you have a lot of things to do apart from being a radio presenter. I've heard you've been hosting shows. In fact, you hosted the biggest, or should I say the sickest show in Ndola on your birthday. When Mr. Finally and Mwalimbi Kakuchalo came through.
Yeah, I mean, I've hosted a lot of events actually over the years. I've hosted DJ Cleo, I've hosted so many people, man. I've hosted so many South African artists. I've been doing this for a long time. In fact, this is my 15th year on radio.
Whoa, 15?
Yeah.
How old are you? You were saying you were 19 on your birthday, but
No, I said I was 25.
25?
Yeah.
That's too good to be true.
Okay, now the mathematics is not. So which means you started doing this when you were like 10.
Yeah.
If you're 20, that's a lie. That's a lie. Let's say 20. Let's say maybe 35.
Yes.
Then it's understandable.
Yeah, let's say 35. 35 is fine.
Yeah.
I mean, if it makes you guys happy.
No, it makes us
we just
happy,
want the
but
truth.
Would you date a 35-year-old?
yes, no problem. That's really
Then
good.
I'm 35.
Oh, I guess I'm off the market now.
Guys, we're off the market. This is Mr. Nguzu, the new Mr. Nguzu in town.
Get your
Yes.
shandish.
He's the
I've got a single coming out in the next few weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, I used to do music about 10 years ago. Took a break.
Why? Why? Very good question. Why?
Because I fell in love with radio, and I just had so many things. I got married, I had kids and things like that. So it just became a bit rough to do everything at once.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, let me concentrate on what's giving me money.
Yeah, but music is business as well. So long as it's putting food on the table, we can't judge you.
Yeah, I guess. I guess it's true, yeah.
Yes, so I believe you've been facing a lot of challenges, and sometimes you feel like you just have to quit. How do you deal with yourself in those situations?
What do you mean? I think life is all about challenges. If you don't have challenges, you never get stronger, you never grow. I mean, how old are you?
I'm 18.
How many challenges have you been through?
A lot. I can't even.
High school was crap, right?
Big time.
People used to make fun of you, right?
Yeah.
But you but you overcame it, right?
Yes, I did.
And then you're now sitting here at Sun FM doing something that you love. So challenges always take you to another level. Yeah. I've been through a lot.
What made you have a change of mind from rapping and doing music? What really made you fall in love with radio?
You know, I wouldn't say it was by choice. When I was younger, when I was your age, I made a girl pregnant. Yeah, so there was a point when I used to do a lot of music, and that was the only thing I really wanted to do. And my parents couldn't afford for me to go to college at that time, so I decided, let me start doing music. Did music for a while. Discovered a lot of artists that maybe you guys know now. Like I've discovered people like Critic. I don't know if you know Critic. He's a rapper.
Yeah.
I taught Critic how to rap.
Wow.
And
he's getting the credit on your behalf.
Getting the credit.
No, I did.
Well,
Okay.
he should.
I just did something for her, and now he's one of the best rappers on the continent.
You must do a freestyle for us by the end.
Freestyle. Yeah. Freestyle. Yeah, said it.
No problem.
The PG. No.
PG?
No, I'm going to do
PG.
better.
PG 18.
I'm going to sample you my coming single that no one has heard.
Hey, we're getting the VIP experience, yo. Hey!
When you roll so sick, you roll with the best.
Yeah. I guess for the sickest presenters around.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
It's nice to see this.
Like, you should feel sort of should.
Yeah. Yeah. So, what's been your greatest motivation or greatest inspiration, should I say?
I always say it's always people. You know, when I came on the scene, I was calling myself so sick when I started doing radio. Everybody was like, Nishi, so I always stuck to my guns. I was like, I'll call myself so sick. I've worked for different radio stations that I wanted to change my name. You can't call yourself so sick. It's not marketable enough. It looks like you're sick. What? So I was like, no, I'm sticking to my guns. If you don't want me as so sick, then you can fly off.
Oh
yeah, that's really good.
I have a question. What did they mean by you look like you're sick?
No, I mean,
like
they said it wasn't a marketable name. They wanted me to be called something like
more presentable,
like
even a pastor can feel so proud to voice them.
So I mean, it's nice these days that I've had presidents, I've had ministers, I've had the current president call me, hello, so sick, and I'm like, yeah, what's up? What's going on? You know, things like that. So I mean, it's about creating a brand at the end of the day. If you're going to have a brand, you have to stick to it. Don't just go with everything that's warm for you at that time.
Yes.
So if you're going to be Trish for the rest of your life. Just keep on improving on your brand. Don't keep on changing it.
Sure. Talking about branding, how do you manage branding yourself and everything you do?
Branding is different. People think that I'm like this all the time. Like when they listen to the radio show, they think I'm like nuts constantly. So when I meet people, I have to go back to being so sick. But at the end of the day, I go home and I'm a father. I have to shout, hey, what have you done this? Why is the house dirty? You know, things like that. No, have you done your homework? Have you done things like that? So sick. I would like to say I used to be bullied a lot. Yeah, I used to be bullied a lot, and I used to be a shy person. So there was a point I reached in my life when I was like, I need to get out of this shit. I got so much talent and I'm not showing it to anyone. Like whether it was rapping, I never rapped during high school. I never talked in front of people during high school. I never did that. I was shy. So one day I was like, you know what? This needs to come out. So So Sick, who was the talented guy, is the one that came out. And this is a So Sick that's been in the industry for like 15 years now.
What inspired you to become a radio presenter?
Poverty.
What an
Immediate inspiration.
Oh, it is. I mean, what if I put inside you won't stay home and die of hunger.
Yeah.
Like I said, I had a child when I was pretty young, and I was staying with my mother, so I was just tired of hearing "Nampusha sugar."
What makes you separate? How do you separate So Sick from Steve? How do you manage to separate it? Is it that people always force you to be so sick when you're around them, or
I have to say, I mean, it's not like they're two different people. It's one person. It's just that this one person is the one who makes the money. It's one person who spends the money. So Sick makes the money, Steve spends the money. So Steve is the one who does the investments, the what, pays for school fees, pays the rent. So Sick goes out there and does what he has to do. So it's the same person, it's just that it's my alter ego. Like if I want to talk crap about you, I'll talk crap about you. If I want to say you guys are not good presenters, I'll say it. But right now you're talking to Steve, so you'll just keep quiet.
No, one So Sick, I think So Sick is... You say So Sick is the one with the vibe, is the one with the truth. So I want the truth. Are we bad? Are we crappy? Or
no, I'm like really inspired. I mean, when I was your age, we didn't have all this. We didn't have the internet to go on and be available to everyone. We didn't Google things. We didn't learn. We didn't have this much courage. You guys have a lot of courage.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
Thank you. So what's been your biggest source of confidence?
I don't know. I think when the crowd is clapping, I think that gives you a lot of confidence.
Okay.
Like the first time I ever rapped, I mean, I've been rapping since I was like 7, and I never rapped to anyone. So when I reached my 20s, that's when I rapped to a group of people, and then they clapped, and I was like, hey, gosh,
I'm not good.
hey. Even when I was on radio, I went for an interview to be taught how to do radio. I think that day it was Tade Mwanza was there. Like that was about 15 years ago. There was Bugsy. There was so many people that are in the industry right now that were there when we started auditioning. And if they remember this story, the first audition I did was terrible. I was so scared. I was shaking, and the person who was teaching me said that was rubbish, and I almost cried. And I was like, what? And because I was trying to get out of the shell of being the shy guy and poverty. Yeah. So we got trained for about a year, and then jumped onto radio. I didn't know what the effect was going to be, but after we jumped on radio, started doing our thing, hey, everyone just felt the vibe. Yeah.
So have you ever been in a situation whereby as you were doing your rapping and all that, your parents didn't have confidence in you, your family members thought you're going crazy, people from your society are like, fiamba, babambile and all that?
No, in fact, fiamba. But I'll tell you the truth, my mother has always been a very supportive person. Had always been. I mean, like she knew that, okay, whatever I'll do to the best of my ability. I mean, she thought, okay, he's doing this, let him do it. If he's doing this, let him do it. And she was my biggest supporter when I got into radio. She's like, oh, I'm from one and I didn't expect that to happen because my family is full of PhDs, full of people who are doctors and things like that. So it's different. Yeah.
Does that play a role in you being a father, in your fathering, like let a child be and do whatever they want?
Yeah, my daughter came to me a few years ago. I asked her, because she just completed a grade 12, and I asked her, what do you want to be? She said, I want to be a rapper. I was like, hey? In my mind, I was like, but I can't say that because I'll be...
Well, why would you do that?
I would have been a hypocrite.
But why is you a rapper?
So I said, no problem. You want to be a rapper? Cool. But you need to do when you do your rap thing, you need to also add something to it. Yeah, that's what I said. So they added that to it, and yeah. So right now she's going to university. She wants to do computer science, and she also wants to be a rapper at the same time.
No, that's really good for her. I'm sure she'll be very disappointed to hear that you're like,
I can't really get.
I'll be like, yeah, seriously.
I just don't want to be that parent who has done stupid things but won't allow their child to go through the same experience, because I'm a better person because of my failures. I think she should be a better person that I can guide her so she doesn't fail.
Yeah, what's your word of encouragement to those parents who limit their children from doing whatever they want to do?
Like any I mean, yes, parents are very important, but I think we've reached a stage where not everyone can be in an office, not everyone can be a doctor, not everyone can be a lawyer. Even if you check around in Dola here, most of the richest people don't even have an education.
Very true.
You understand?
Yes.
But
Copper Belt is a very good example of you don't need an education to make it in life.
Yeah.
Like you have to be a hustler, like a hardcore.
But you have to understand, those people that actually do make money and don't have an education, they have what we call wisdom.
Very much.
So, and that can't be taught. So, yeah. I'm not saying don't get an education. Get an education. Go to school, but I mean, it's not all about sitting, wearing a tie. It's not about that. Yeah.
So we have different types of stories to tell. Each one has a special story to tell. So I believe whatever we do, God has aligned us to play a very important role in life and to motivate other people to do that. And then I want to ask you a very important question. Have you ever been in a situation where you want to do something, but then you have a curfew at home, and what you want to do, like give you a very big opportunity to achieve what you are yearning for in life?
No, man. I never had a curfew with my parents. My parents were exactly how I am.
Okay.
My parents were very liberal. They never gave us a lot of restrictions. I think the first time I ever went to a club was in 7th grade.
Wow.
Yeah.
My mom.
I was allowed to bring my girlfriend home
Woo.
as long as the door was open. Yeah. When she thought I was having sex, my mom said, "You start using condoms." I was like, "Yo, okay, cool, my nigga." Yeah. So I mean, it. I'm not saying you should give your kids too much freedom, but you give them a right to choose what they want. If you give them no freedom, the day I got from my panganda, so I mean, if they know these things already, and even they come out of the house, they're like, "Oh, okay, that's so I mean, that's the easiest thing to do." Yeah.
I believe he's a great dad.
I think he is a great dad.
I think you deserve an award.
Yeah, I do.
I remember there's this one South African celebrity, if you know her, Kanyimbao.
Yeah.
She was being bashed about her parenting skills, her parenting her girl child. It's young things in Africa, and her child has got her own apartment, and she lives in another apartment. She was like, "This is my child," and the child was like, "If you birth a child, if you birth a human being, you have the right to like parent that child the way you want."
Yeah, yeah.
I think parenting skills differ. Like they.
But it's a really hard thing, though. I mean, but
parenting is hard.
like for me, I'm a very hyper person, and my daughter, the one I live with, is very
Low-key.
yeah. So ngadesha and this tip yeah, but so I asked her one day. I was like, "Do I embarrass you?" And she said, "Is how I raised you so different from other people?" And she was like, "But this is all I've ever known. So when I go to other people's houses, I feel like they are different. For me, this is normal." So I was like, "Oh, gosh, I can do whatever I want."
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah.
So apart from being a radio presenter, what else do you do?
What do you mean?
Like, no,
We just hear your
Like,
voice.
I'm head of radio here at Sun FM.
Okay.
I'm the boss here. Yeah. and
apart from the hosting, what else?
I'm a advert creator. I'm a voiceover artist.
Yeah, he makes a lot of money. Shows guys.
Yeah, I run a bar.
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, there's so many things that you can do, but it has to be tied to what you do. I always tell everybody that's on radio. Most people just always want to be famous, but every day when you're on radio, you're a billboard, so you're marketable. So use your market to make yourself money. It's not just about talking for 3 hours.
In short, do you present artists?
Present what do you mean?
No, like promoting artists.
I promoted so many artists. I think they can even go in your comment section right now and say, if Steve didn't back me up, so many artists have backed up. But I'm the first person to ever interview Sheffy 187, by the way. First person. First time you ever got on radio. I'm the first person to ever interview him because I heard the sound and I was like, okay, we need this guy. So we called him. Came from Chingola, traveled, and that was the first time he ever got on radio.
Okay. Have you ever invited someone to come through, then they failed to make it?
Yeah.
How does that make you feel?
A long time ago, I would be very upset. But these days, I plan in advance. I mean, if you don't make it, I mean, you're the one who's missing out. I mean, it's the best show in the world. So if you don't make it, I'll give someone else a platform. I mean, like recently, King Illest said he was going to show up on the show as the Tonga Bull representing. He was here on the Copper Belt, and then he didn't show up. So, and he didn't even say it. So what I did is when he wasn't picking up his phone, I was like, okay, let me call another Tonga artist who doesn't like King Illest. So I called him. The guy was here in like 10 minutes. We did an interview, talked so much crap about King Illest.
Wow.
but I did my job, you understand?
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't call him to talk crap about King Illest, but I had to make a plan. And when you always have a proper system, you always leave room for failure. So you have to always. The show must go on.
Yes.
Yeah.
So like back then when you were like not yet on the level you are at the moment.
Like the best level ever.
Yeah,
Yes.
like the best.
Like the best.
presenter
ever in the whole world.
Yes.
When I wasn't here.
Yeah. So like when you were just starting and you call an artist to come for an interview on your radio station, and then they are like, were you having challenges while by your interview?
No. I think about Tumpa phenomenon. I mean, a long time ago, you didn't have to beg for artists. I mean, people really wanted to be on radio. So when you call them, they'll be there. They'll come there as early as 6 when they pay me them car park. Wabasanga, like, okay, cool. But these days, I mean, it feels like the bigger these artists get, the more they start looking down upon radio. I mean, they're like, oh, why should I be on radio when I can be on social media every day? People can see me. I'm getting the numbers. I'm getting 1,000 people commenting on my posts.
So, Mr. Sosik, what are your final words, word of encouragement to the young radio presenters that want to be radio presenters, to everybody that wants to get into this industry?
You know what? I always say, don't be too quick to try to be famous. A lot of people want to be famous on the get-go. It doesn't happen in a short while. Dandy Crazy was a background dancer. You understand? There were people who were just in the background for everything, but they came up. I mean, just another great example is Toela Kaira, right?
Yes.
I mean, she was always a background singer. She knew she had a great voice, but look at her now. She's one of the biggest artists in Zambia. She waited until she was ready and she did it. Don't be too fast to get famous and try to be flexing, showing that you have money. Zambia is 90% poor people. You're probably one of them. So stop pretending. Once to that, pretend of your queen. And that's my name, Steve, aka So Sick.
Yes.
Alright, guys.
Diarrhea, my nigga.
Until next time, to another fun episode.
It's been a sick day, and we've had quite a lot of encouraging words from Steve So Sick.
Yeah.
And we're hoping to see you guys come through to our show. It's been a great day, or should I say it's been a sick day. Hoping to have another sick chat with Steve So Sick.
Yeah. Let's do this. Let's go see.